Hey everyone, I hope you're getting some great information from this Coach 411. I hope you're getting your questions answered. I hope you're getting a better idea of what a coach does, getting those questions answered, and just getting a feel for what this could look like in your life, whether that's something you do just for accountability, something you do as a hobby to maybe help a few people along the way, or something that you do as a full-time job or career. I hope you're getting what you need out of this group. One of the things that's crucial to discuss is something that I think anyone needs to really do, even if it has nothing to do with this business, which is identifying your why. Why you do something is what is going to drive you to do it. We often hear people say, oh, I don't have a lot of willpower when they're talking about their fitness journey or trying to eat healthier, or I don't have a lot of willpower when it comes to pushing through really hard to a goal. And that's really kind of a misconception because willpower is not what pushes people to reach their goals. There are people who naturally have more discipline than others. There are people who have kind of grown up in an environment where discipline was just instilled into their behavior. And there are people who have to really work on being disciplined. But no matter where we fall in that, pendulum, no matter which side of the spectrum we're on, we all have to identify our why, because that's truly the only thing that's going to get you where you want to go. So in this business, it is a very non-traditional business. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's not a brick and mortar business. It's, relationship building. It's, really kind of goes against a lot of what we're used to, especially in America or in an American culture, for, earning a full-time income, for, saying this is my job. A lot of times people say, oh, well, I have a real job, and to me, a real job is something that really pays your bills, and that doesn't start out that way for any business owners. A lot of businesses, you have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars before you even break even, in the hopes that you break even. And what's so cool about this business is that it is non-traditional, and the potential is also very non-traditional. And so I love that about it. But in this business, you are coming against a lot of thinking that is, traditional, and is something that, you are fitting this into your life most times when you already have a busy life. And so that comes with a lot of challenges. And, I like to be upfront about that, because I don't think anything worthwhile is easy. I believe that we all know within ourselves that whether it's a fitness program, whether it's, a relationship, whether it's, a business, anything that you really want is going to take perseverance. It's going to take, that digging deep. And so, as you know, with a fitness program, or as you know, with anything you've probably tried to accomplish in your life, there comes a point where you just don't feel like it. And that could be on day 1, that could be on day 131. It doesn't matter when it happens, it always happens. And so identifying your why is so crucial. So let me just tell you how I identify my why, no matter what I'm doing, whatever goal I'm going after. Like I said, whether it's personal, fitness, business, whatever it is, I always identify why I want this, because that's what's going to get me out of bed. That's what's going to get me to do it when I don't feel like it, when I don't feel motivated. So what I do is a little exercise with myself where I just call it asking why. And basically every time I come up with an answer for the first question, I ask why, almost like a little kid. You have a 2-year-old who they learn the question why, and everything you say, they say why. Why? It's kind of like that. You ask yourself why until you get to that point where there's a pain point or a pleasure point, where you get to that point where you have that answer that's deep enough that that's it. That's the reason. And sometimes it doesn't take long to get to that, and sometimes it takes digging. I know when I first started this business, my why for it was more surface than I realized that it actually is. And so I got into the business wanting to pay off some debt. I got into the business wanting to make up for some income that my husband was not making while he was looking for another position. I got into the business wanting to do something that fulfilled me. But as I've gotten to know more of my why and kept asking that question, my why is a lot deeper than it was, and I've identified it more. So I want you to know that this doesn't always happen right away. It takes time to identify your why. It takes time to dig deep and figure out why it is that you want to do this. But I'm taking time to make this video, and I take time to explain this because this is a crucial part of what we do as coaches. When we are reaching out and telling people that we're available to help, you hear no a lot. People are not ready. They're not ready to commit. They're not ready. They don't know you. They don't trust you yet. There's a lot of obstacles that we overcome. And, you know, if you don't know why you're doing this, it's very easy for you to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to hear people tell me no, or I don't want to hear or I don't feel like working out today, and I don't feel like motivating people. I'm not motivated. You know, there's a lot of things, no matter what you're going after, that you come against. And so this has helped me to stay grounded. And so what I do is very simple. I just kind of treat myself as if there's a 2-year-old with me. And I just ask myself, okay, why do you want to build this business? Well, I want to make an extra income. Okay, why is that important to you? Well, because I need to pay bills. Why do you need to pay bills? Because we need to make sure that we have XYZ. Why is XYZ important to you? Well, because I want my family to have a good life. Why is having your family have a good life important to you? Well, because I grew up, you know, in a very poor environment. I grew up I lacked a lot when I grew up. And, you know, I don't want my kids to experience that. Why is it important for your kids not to experience that? Well, because it made me feel less than when I was growing up. Why did it make you feel less than? Because, and then I'm starting to get to the deep point where I feel pain and I feel maybe some pleasure thinking about what would happen if I had the flip side of that. So my why has to be strong because I will give up on my goals if it's not. And so I encourage all of the coaches on my team, if you decide to join our team, we will sit down and we will figure out your why, because you want to have that grounding. You want to know what's fueling you. And it really makes it easy. Once you know that, you can put blinders on and you can really just go for what it is that you're after. If you're wishy-washy and you're not sure and you know, maybe it's this, maybe it's a little bit of that. When some challenges come, when you get sick, when you have a family, you know, emergency or a family, you know, situation, you will put your goals on the back burner. We see it all the time with fitness. Oh, you know, we had to go to a wedding. We had this happen. My kid got sick. And then all of a sudden, goals are out the window. When you feel a deep why, you still push past all of the obstacles that come your way. And obstacles will always come your way. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So that is something that even if you don't join this team, I really encourage you to sit down and ask yourself in all areas of your life, for your job, for your relationships, for your friendships, for your personal goals, why do you want the things that you want? What do you want and why do you want it? And let the why power be what drives you towards your goals, not your willpower, because your willpower is fickle and your willpower will fail you. You will be really strong one day and really weak another day, and that's part of the human experience. So, but when you know that why, you will push past any how. It doesn't matter how, it just matters that it gets done. So this is something I take time to really drive home, because this is what keeps you grounded, and it's what really helps you to reach your goals no matter what they are. So in this business, it's very important to know why you want to do this, and it doesn't have to be deep right away. Your why will grow over time. It can just be, you know what, I want to afford better Nikes. Great. If that's deep enough for you to get out of bed and help people to get healthier and live better lives, then that's wonderful. And if that stops being enough of a reason, you need to dig deeper. So I encourage you to do this exercise even if you don't join us, but I do hope you do. And I hope that made sense to you. I hope that helps you. And I look forward to wrapping this group up with you.